Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. My name is Rick Haaland, the owner of eFlexonics, and we are sponsoring Abbotsford Small Business as one of our websites. You see, the neat thing about when you hire us to do your video marketing, we sponsor your show for free over at abbotsfordsmallbusiness.com. Now, if you don't live in Abbotsford, that's no big deal. We have other URLs called Fraser Valley Small Business, called BC Small Business, and called Canada Small Business TV. I wanted to get CanadaSmallBusiness.com, but they wanted such a disgusting amount of money. And I thought, okay, we'll do Canada Small Business TV. So I got you covered. No matter where you are in Canada, we can put your show on for free hosting, your video marketing show. Isn't that great? So not only can you put your stuff, your own video on your own site, we'll back it up and we'll put it on ours as well. So today I want to talk about business cards. What do you do when you go to a trade show or any event and people hand you business cards? Well, you know, that's a potential customer. And especially for us in video marketing, I mean, that's really, really important potential customers. So what I do is whenever I go somewhere, I put them in envelopes. Now, this one says business cards from Chamber of Commerce Showcase, May 19th, 2014. And it is now April. So I've got to get busy and get on these business cards. Now, there's a lot. These microphones are so sensitive. They pick up the rustle of my clothing. So here's a big stack of business cards, all right? And some business cards are interesting because they're quite long. So put them in the envelope. But there's no sense of getting business cards if you're not going to do anything with them. If they just sit there and collect dust and you don't use them as a contact, these things are gold. So I have to have a good serious talk with myself and say, look, you have to email these people. And then you have to phone and follow up. You know that hardly anybody follows up. In that, I dropped my business card off to almost all of these people, the showcase. Only one company got back to me. So follow-up is so important, but how many people do it? I mean, I'm bad at follow-up too. I'm going to do a 90-day program where I give you a video every day for 90 days, a small business startup guide of what I'm doing and what's working and what's not working. And I think you'll find it very interesting. Now, some businesses, for whatever reason, they're not big into business cards, but they are very, very big into pamphlets. So I've got another envelope, and it says pamphlets from Chamber of Commerce Showcase. Now, look at this. I mean, look at that thing. That is a ton of pamphlets. Some of these, I already have the business cards, but I'll bet you 50 to 60% of these didn't have a business card, but had a pamphlet. Very, very important. So I put them in a separate envelope. And again, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to, A, email them and put them in your database for your email. B, phone and follow up. And when you phone and follow up, ask them if you can put them on your newsletter list. And then don't automatically put them on your newsletter list, but then send them an email. Say, as per our discussion, you said that you would like to be on our newsletter list. Here is the link. And then send them the link to your feed burner. There were so many pamphlets, I had to make a second envelope, 2 of 2 for pamphlets. So here's another tip and trick. Whenever I go to an event, and I get business cards and pamphlets, I put them in plastic bags and I write on them now where and when. Like for the event is a luncheon, a business luncheon, and I put the date. And if it's sponsored by a specific group, I put the name of the group. So I know exactly where I got these from. So here's some more I'm going to show you. I went to the Camping and RVing in BC show. And man, what a huge show it was. Look at this. I mean, you can't see, but this thing is literally full of pamphlets, of beautiful catalogs, of business cards, of people's names, contact information. These are customers just waiting to talk to us. No matter what your business is, go to a, you know, my wife used to work for a genius marketer, and she couldn't afford in the beginning to buy a table at like a big event, because some tables cost like $1,000 for the weekend. So what she would do is she would just go to the event and network and pass out cards and get cards back. And it would be just the price of admission and food for her. But she said that she networked like that and she got far more value out of it than having a booth. Because when you have a booth in a huge show, chances are you're working the booth and you're not getting out and meeting the other people, right? So she said she figured that was a better idea. Not to have a booth when you start out, but to go around and network. So I've got all these business cards, so I am going to show you exactly my process and my progress. Every day I'll say, okay, I did 10 business cards today, I did 20 business cards. And when I say I did 10, I mean I emailed them. And then a day or two later, I got to phone them up. So I'll tell you my victories, I'll tell you my defeats, I'll tell you how we're doing it and why we're doing it, because we're all in this together, like Red Green says, right? Okay, so this is Rick Haaland for eFlexonics and Abbotsford Small Business. If you're a small business in the Fraser Valley, we would absolutely be delighted to have you in our studio for a free, no-obligation tour to see if we can help you. Hey, we're all in this together. And when I see businesses failing, it annoys me and it breaks my heart, because that means families are affected, right? Let's work together to get out of this. Get out of this. If we're in a slump, if we're having a bad time in our business, let's work together to see if we can find common denominator solutions that will help everyone. My motto is, I come to you as a servant, and I come to you to see if what we can do collaboratively together and complementary together. This is Rick Haaland for eFlexonics. We'll see you next show, folks. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Take care. Bye-bye.